All right, everybody, we fixed it. At least I hope so. It, everything again, like I don't know that I'll ever be able to nail it the first time, because for some reason OBS just decides, let's just break, you know, immediately, which I guess is better than in the middle, but it's still not super convenient. So I appreciate anybody who saw the first couple seconds and was like, okay, why did he leave? But anyway, let's get to painting. By the way, if at any point anybody who's watching something breaks, as in like the music stops, or you can't hear me, or I sound like I'm coming in and out, please say something. Because otherwise I won't know until I look at this later, which is always super fun, you know? But anyway, we're continuing with the back of our Imperial Fist guy. Right now we're gonna do a little bit of texturizing on the back of the cape here, which just means we're gonna do some lines just so that it's not like a uniform single line going down, so that it looks a little bit more cloth-like. It's not a perfect cape. Is the idea, anyway. Do that on the same side. And the idea is to go a little bit over the edge here and not be 100% even, because again, that's how you get that kind of cloth-like texture. Forget what this called. I think this is also called volumetric layering. It's also the reason why a sharper brush is kind of important. Okay, let's go a little lighter. Where's my magentas? Here we go. Spellbound Fuchsia is the next one. Fuchsia. All of everyone's favorite color, the fuchsias. And as we go up, you're going to go a little less far, but you're still going to use the same type of movement. Again, to establish that layering. And that gives it that texture that we want, that little bit of cloth-like texture. Not the only way to do this, but it's, I think, a very effective way. There we go, continuing to build. And then we're gonna go up even higher. Do enchanted pink. Even smaller area of effect here. Until we finally get to the very peak highlight. And I'm not doing this freehand, I'm following the ridges. What's going on, Ozzy? I'm following the ridges of the model itself, and we're doing the volumetric highlighting to bring up these layers. It's okay, man. You're not late as long as you're here. You're not late. Did you get a tardy slip from the office? You know you gotta get a tardy slip from the office. Can you imagine? It's class time. I don't even know if you guys had that when you were going to school. I had tardy slips. That was like a normal thing where they would shame you for not getting to school on time, which again also wasn't your fault as a child. It's your parents' fault. Like, how the hell am I supposed to be the one responsible for getting here? I can't drive. Anyway, that's my rant. My You know what really grinds my gears? And you know what else really grinds my gears? When the music just randomly stops working. Even though I do even though I check and then it'll just like, oh, you know what, I'm shutting off. It also really grinds my gears. Cloud. What about Cloud? Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII? Cumulonimbus clouds? Man yells at Cloud. Yeah, man yells at Cloud. Man yells at Cloud. Cloud doesn't respond. Grandpa Simpson. Okay, here comes the peak highlights. And the key to this kind of layering thing is just going in the same direction with your strokes here. Then at the end of this, we're going to put the glaze of the original color over the whole thing. Try and help blend it all a little bit together. Okay, and then we're gonna take the Diabolic Plum, water it down to a glaze, put it over the whole thing. And that just takes the edge off of the top of that highlight and makes it a little bit more tolerable because it's pretty bright. Like these sections might need a little bit more of that. There we go. I gotta let that dry all the way, and while that's drying, let's hit some of the rest of it. Da, 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 da. See, it did it again. For some reason, the or that could happen too, where stream just crashes. That could also happen. Jeez. It's also definitely one of the options to have stream just completely crash instead of, you know, changing or fixing the music. It could just crash instead. That's also fine. You drink water now? Drink water in between stream crashes? Jesus. Like, I maybe it's the fact that I'm doing this on Mac. But like even now, just like now, the music stopped for no reason. Let's see if it crashes when I try to turn it back on. It just stops. It just decides to stop. You know, because why not? I'll figure it out one of these days. But anyway, water good. New Vegas is but the jank of New Vegas is almost what makes it charming. I love New Vegas jank. It's part of the experience of playing it, especially modded. The 4 GB patch and the anti-crash help as much as it possibly can, you know. Is this your first time playing New Vegas? Because that is one of my all-time favorites too. Something about that game really draws people in. Mix a little white with this. Oh, 2 years. Yes, so many quest mods that, like, essentially new game. You can make a whole new game out of New Vegas if you want to. You don't have to play the original campaign at all. I think that also goes for like Oblivion and games like that. Any Todd Howard project. Bounty, I haven't played it in a long time, so I'm not familiar with the newest mods, but I'm confident you're right. In Courier Stash, what's that one? Like, are they story related or are they just neat quests? Like, do they build on the Courier's backstory and all that? There we go. We're getting somewhere now. Volumetrically. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I love non like it like because there's tons of mods I'm sure that are just like this new area has strong enemies and whatnot, you know. But it's not always that you find something that's super story driven. I can do that. We're streaming a Final Fantasy game this week, but I can do New Vegas next when I do a solo gaming stream. Because I do love me some New Vegas. That's for sure. Tragic. Autumn Leaves is a good name for a tragic story. A little bit of just to break up the color a little bit. Because we know what this little skull is going to be. Everyone guessed it. Yes. Non-metallic metal gold. And little skulls are my favorite to do it in that fashion, especially because they have such a fun little reflection pattern. The perks you can get at the library are worth it. Like, are the perks speech related perks? You know, like the like more companion abilities and things like that. We'll also get this little skull ready. And we will also, because we're going to do the tube in NNM and MM, get that one fixed. printing cards. Interesting. So the mechanics are very, is it like choice? Is it sort of like a visual novel almost, that mod? Or at least that quest line? It's a mystery. That's cool. That's super cool. Actually, now I really want to play it. I love mystery games. Yeah, well, that's trying. Add another coat. Or brown. Checkpoint Gary, yeah. No, all the mods that I used to, man, see, the music stopped again. Wait, can you hear it? I bet you can't. It just stops for some reason. And I can't tell until I look at the decibel thingy. Because it plays continuously in my ear. I know, but it's not good. It's not good for stream that happens. I need to figure out why that happens and stop it. No, it's not your it's not your responsibility to tell me. It's that no. Don't be sorry. I need to fix it. Go. Can you imagine? I can't believe you didn't tell me that my stream was breaking. How dare you? I bet some are like that. Mods! Turn him inside out. Titans of the New West, that sounds cool. Already from just the name. Makes power armor much cooler. You know, that was a complaint I used to have, because I feel like they could have done so much more, because the coolest armor is like the Ranger armor. It's not the power armor. Like, you don't want to wear it. You want to wear the Ranger armor when you're running around New Vegas to be cool. The trench coat on the box art guy. The Elite Riot gear. I can't remember what it looks like off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to look it up now. I have to look at it. Because I like that range. That's if I was to pull up my old save on my PlayStation 4. That's what my character would be wearing. Are there any good, yeah, see, you did it, what is that? What is that? What was it saying? Are there any good Enclave mods where they do an Enclave story? I don't know why, I always really liked their shtick. Enclave weapons and armor, yeah. No good story ones though. That's what I thought. Because it's too easy to just go oh, they have a secret, they had a secret weapon all along route instead of fleshing out the story. That's the easiest mod to make, is we heard about a secret cache of weapons in such and such area, but it's too dangerous to go, and then you go and it's like got a hyper legendary super mutant or death claw guarding it or something like that. It's a normal super mutant, but scaled up. Oh, it's not obvious. Like they're keeping it ambiguous on purpose. Da-na-na, da-na-na. How colored should these grates be? I guess they should be metal. Metal grates. Normal grates. Maybe I'll give them a little extra. Oh, and does the weapon like kind of do environmental storytelling? Like, where did this come from? That's always a pretty good quest start. Is you find a unique enemy, or somebody drops a unique weapon like that, and you're like, oh, that's weird. Let me show this to such and so, a Enclave expert, to see what they think about it. And then they say, oh, this is from the da-da-da faction of the blah blah blah. I thought they were gone, or I thought they were dead, or whatever. I thought they were still at their cousin Beauregard's house on 8th. Okay. Give a little love to the Enclave. Just a little. This cross should be purple, in line with the other purple things. Arthur Ribbon is near Novak. I'll keep that in mind. There we go. He's starting to look like something now. Starting to look like somebody. From the back, too. Okay, let's paint those griddles up a little bit. We've got a steady enough hand for this. Pretty good. Now we'll give them a final sheen. Or final shine. So that they turn into metal. There we go. Nice NMM great. By the way, if you're curious on how I did that, it's 3 colors. It's the dark, super dark gray, middle gray, and then almost white gray. And it's just smaller lines in the middle. But it's pretty convincing. Ozzy, I have a question. Do you like the memes that I put at the beginning of my little paint tutorials, or should I just get to the painting? Because I can just get to the painting. I don't know. I like doing the memes. Na-na-na. Bum, bum. It's coming along really good. It's coming along real good. It's always one of those things where like, oh, that little bit of extra did a lot. I wonder if I could purple non-metallic metal this frost thing. I'm gonna try. It's essentially just do the same thing, but with the purple colors. Pretending that it's reflecting like metal would. See, I'm singing along to the song that's not playing. I sound like a lunatic. He's humming to himself again. Yeah, this is gonna work. Go all the way to the top. What's going on, Cough Boy? Thanks for following. I really appreciate it. I like your name too, Cough Boy. Are you also a painter or aspiring painter? Because I am definitely an aspiring painter. There we go. I think that turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Now let's do like a lining on the edge of it to make it really sheen. Yo, what's up? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. It's always good to see new faces. Oh, hell yeah. Good to see you again. I remember. Don't stop coming. Purple is, and you made sure that they couldn't see them. Oh, this is turning out way better than I thought. I didn't think it was gonna work. Ozzy kept saying, "You're crazy, you're insane, it's not gonna work." I said, "I'm gonna make this a purple non-metallic." I said, "I'm gonna make this a purple non-metallic metal cross," and Ozzy said, "You sound insane right now. You ought to be institutionalized immediately, separated from your friends and family for the good of society." That's how I remember it anyway. That's how I remember it, and that's what I'll be telling the judge. I'm just kidding. Ozzy would never say that. Yeah. There we go. I think it looks pretty sick. I like that. I like that. I said all that stuff. I made up all that stuff about what Ozzy said, and he's like, "I'm not even going to dignify that with a response." Yeah, I'm really happy with how he's turning out. We had the I don't know if you weren't here for the last stream. We finished most of the front. In fact, pretty much, I think we're done with the front. I think I can say we're done with the front. And then we just now did the back. We're finishing up the back. I think we'll do the sword, and I think we'll call it good. Because you don't want to, it's again one of those things where like, how much more paint do you want to put on it before you call it done? Good looking git. So I haven't made an army the closest thing to an army that I've made is a Custodes army. I'm definitely not going to do them all like this if I were to do like an Imperial Fist army. Honestly, I've never actually, I've told this to others, but I've never actually even played the game. I just started painting them because I thought they were cool. And I still haven't played the game because I'm too obsessed with painting them. I go like, oh, I want to do this model next or this model next. For Custodes, I probably have enough, honestly. I have like a whole tub of them that I did, but they're like old painting, like me early painting, pre-stream painting. I have a few that I did on stream, but see you later, man. Thanks for hanging out as always. I appreciate you. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one. It's not we're off tomorrow, but we'll be back on Friday. Yeah, exactly. Like I for me, it's just my obsessive compulsion to paint has stopped me from playing the game. Not because I don't want to. I definitely want to. I just don't know. I would definitely play as the Custodes that I've already made. When I play. So like for example, I have like all kinds of different models, meaning that like I've got like Chaos Warriors from Old World that I want to paint because I like the models. And like Tzeentchian monsters from Age of Sigmar 2. Oh yeah, no. And Custodes are my favorite. Oh, big shocker. The you know, like the most special of all the special guys. No, Custodes are sick. I like their lore a lot. They're one of the few books that I've read. The War in the Webway one. Okay, let's do. I'm gonna do a little NMM on this sword. Good morning, Yoichi. Yes, we did this section, the arm and the leg. We did the grating. We did the cross and the skull, and now I'm doing the sword. But we finished the front. So now he looks. Now I can turn him like this. And he looks more complete going this way. The hard part was to make him look shiny here without it actually being shiny. But the next step is actually using makeup sponges on the sword to make it look like this side. We use all kinds of different mediums. But right now I'm going to finish making this handle look like gold. And I'm going to do that by pretending that there's light coming from this direction by going like this. On a smaller area. And the key there is not to cover up the whole thing, just to do a little bit. And then you finish it off with the last highlight by just doing a little, just on the corners, like this. And now it's metal. Or at least it looks like metal. It's like magic. Okay. Now let's do the sword. But first, I need to get the mid-tone ready. That's going to be this magenta. I want to do an orc next, at least in the Warhammer verse. So using the makeup sponge causes like a powdery effect like this, which is exactly what I want, because I want it to be a subtle glow. That. Hey, thanks for the follow. Wow, what's going on, my guy? Thanks for hanging out with me. Are you also a painter? We're doing the makeup sponge trick. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You just started painting? Let's paint together. You're not terrible. Don't say that. Bro. Like nobody's terrible. You just started. I am a couple of years in. But my stuff is not not inherently better than anybody's. Yeah, makeup sponge is great. It makes it glow. I still can't do eyes very well. Yeah, the effect is great. And then watch, so I did the glow sections, and now I'm coming back with the darker mid-tone, and I'm gonna put it in the middle between them, and it's gonna make it look better. It's gonna cause the glows to be more intense. And I haven't put on any of the highlight yet, so we'll do the highlight next. No way, man. We'll get you there. I promise. You stick with me, and you're gonna be looking good. Because I was the exact same way. Oh no! I got a little bit over here. But see, I also make mistakes. But that's okay, because we can fix it. So now let's do some highlights. So we take the makeup sponge, and then we're gonna do some dabbing on the paper. Thanks. I appreciate you. I see it. And it's gonna drive me crazy until I fix it. I'm gonna get a different makeup sponge, because that one is saturated with the darker, and I want this to be a good highlight. So this is the peak highlight. We're gonna go like this. And it's just adding a little bit of bloom to the top. And you want to do this as light as you can, just to add a little bit of glow. Just like that. So you can keep the lower definitions in the middle. Thank you. And actually, we will do another trick to help with this lighting. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in ad hell. Yeah, I have ads. Sorry. I appreciate you sticking around. Is it a 30-second or is it like a 60-second? Because I'll wait for you to come back. Burger? There was a burger ad? But let me show, actually, well, before you come back, or when you come back, so my painting setup, where's my white? There it is. So also don't, yeah, sorry. I don't mean to have, sorry about that. I don't mean to keep you in ad hell, but I appreciate you sticking around until after. Anyway, let's switch back to the paint cam. Hey, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Is that my Kermit back here? Where's my other stuff? Here we go. So I'm going to show you another couple of. I'm going to show you another couple of tricks. Oh, and if at all it matters to you, some of my experience comes from this, but I also work for the mouse, so it's kind of important. So it's fun to be doing, you know, artistic stuff. Okay, let's go back to painting. But I work for a huge mouse. But what was I saying? So I'm going to show you how to do a trick to make this glow a little bit more. So you take, this is a oil paint. So this is Winsor & Newton oil color titanium white. And just take a little bit of it. You really don't need a lot, just enough. And I have something called White Spirit. So this is a medium. So that's this. You can get it in huge bottles. So I get it from this. This is from Michael's. So it's pretty cheap, but you use this to water down, not water down, White Spirit down. You can't drink it. Did you see that? Did you see that video that I did? Is that where you're getting that from? The forbidden skim milk. It's gonna turn into something that looks like skim milk, like this. So it's gonna be very liquidy. And you want it to be very watery, because this is how you get this transitional effect that I'm going to show you. So it's using surface tension to force this paint. You need a little more. So it needs to be very, very, very liquidy. Again, like skim milk. Take the paint. Okay. That's this. It's ASMR. But anyway, so you want it to be flowing like this. And I'll show you what it looks like when you load it into the brush. So you're going to take this brush and you're going to take your mixture here. And when you put it in here, it's going to soak it up into the ferrule like this. So it's going to look like it's full. And watch this. So I'm going to touch the letters and it's going to instantly move into them like this. And then you wipe it away with your thumb, because that's how oil paint works. You can wipe it and it fills that space. So it's a trick to kind of instantly get those glowing letter effects. And because of the oil paint consistency, you can wipe it away, but it leaves a little bit of this glow in the rest of the on the rest of the sword. But if you don't want it to do that, you can take a little bit out, and you can make it like I just dabbed it on the side of this thing. It's not magic, but it looks like magic. So just like that, see? So you just tap. I'm not doing anything. I'm just touching it to the letter, and it's transferring, because that's the nature of the White Spirit oil paint mixture. So it's a secret method that painters don't like to show people because they like to keep secrets. They like to hide it behind Patreon, which I promise I will never do. I will always show techniques for free. If I ever have some sort of paid thing, it will be like behind the scenes stuff. So see? We filled it all up. And it's nice and glowy. Oops. I think it's pretty nice. I like this song. And also, I apologize ahead of time. My music, for some reason, keeps cutting in and out, and I don't notice until I look at the mixer and it shows that that it's off, but I can still hear it in my ear. This is Arcade Call Me Maybe. And this is crazy. We also have good taste in music here. When we're at the gym, getting PRs on shoulder press, this is what's jamming. What do I normally listen to? Like on my own, I was like an emo pop punk kid growing up. So my playlists are all like My Chemical Romance and Sum 41 and Blink 182 and all of them. Good stuff, you know. But I don't dislike any music. But if we talk about me personally, but right now I'm listening to these because they're allowed to be played on YouTube and Twitch, because they're technically not the actual song, they're covers. So this is just a white paint, and I'm going along the side to give it a sheen, using the side of the brush. Just like that. Something to take note of. Sorry, I'm also not realizing I'm not on camera sometimes. Something to take note of when you're doing this thing from the side. Be more careful than you might think you need to be, because what'll happen is if you push too hard, it will escape you and go up and onto the other part of the model. The bristles will flare and go like onto this area where you don't want it. Okay. My go-to paint brand? Right now, I have, let me show you. So right now, let me just turn my thing. You can see all my stuff. So that's all Army Painter. Not because it's the best or that I'm sponsored by them or anything. I'm not. But they have a huge, hang on. They have a huge lineup. So they have a giant, they have what's called a mega set. So the mega set comes with all of those. So I was able to get that. And then I made, this back here is actually this back here are my Citadel paints, and these are 3D printed little coaster things that I made and drilled into the wall. And then these are inks. So these are my ink pots. And then I have all of my brushes. By the way, these are my Winsor & Newton fancy brushes, but I don't use them. They're the expensive Kolansky, sable hair brush, but it's not necessary to use those. It's a good tool, but it's completely optional. The ones that I've been using on stream are all the synthetic brushes. So the synthetic brushes that I use are this brand. It's Black and Gold by Dynasty. They're fantastic. I'm putting you back over here. And then behind me is my little messy airbrush station. So I have a airbrush by Iwata that, again, I don't use all the time. Mainly because I would show you how to use it on stream, which I plan to eventually, but I need to put a camera up here so that I can bring you with me. That kind of thing. But that is my airbrush. And then the pump that I use, hang on, it's heavy. is an Iwata airbrush pump. But again, you don't need something like that. It's not necessary. What else? That might be it for now. but all this stuff is just stuff I've accumulated over years of collection. I appreciate you, but it's not. It's the thing. All that you need is if I can recommend any one thing that you can get, is something like this. So this is the Army Painter wet palette, the small one. I got the bigger one, but a wet palette is going to be your best friend. You said that you had a problem with not knowing how to thin your paints. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of it if you use this properly. And I can do a tutorial for you if you are curious about how to do that. It's super convenient. It makes thinning your paint extremely easy. It's literally just pulling it when you use it like here. And it's not anything more than that. Anybody who says differently is selling you something. But that's really the crux of it. Use something like that. If you can get anything, get a good wet palette. And by good, I just mean big enough for you to work easily on. And then the paper, amazing. I wish I was sponsored by them. I do have an Amazon affiliate link on my YouTube stuff. I think I also have it on, no, I don't have it anywhere else but YouTube, I think. And it has everything that I use all on there, including even my light. Again, don't worry about it. I get like maybe a couple bucks if anybody uses it at all. And so far, nobody has, and I don't need you to do it. It's not necessary. If you do, cool. I don't need anything like that. Oh, back there, I have a 3D printer in that like closet area where I print things like this. This is a filament print, and we'll eventually paint Bomberman on stream. But anyway, I think that's enough show and tell. Let's go back to this guy. Where were we? What else can we do? Oh, let's fix this. Yes, sword. So for this, do. Oh, you like the vents? I like them too. So I did. I wish I could show you again how to do those. Actually, I could. You want to see? I'll do them again. I'll do one side again for you. So, because it's the simplest thing in the universe. So, this is just a gray paint. This is just a dark gray. So this is just a dark gray paint. I'm going to paint over this. And this is the original gray that I painted the vents. It's literally 2 steps, or 3 steps, sorry. Okay. So now this is the original color. And I'm going to turn it into metal with 2 other colors. So the process goes, hang on, need to rinse my brush. So the process goes, taking the original dark gray, and then we have 2 steps up in terms of color, in terms of hue, sorry. So this is a, come on, focus. This is a lighter gray, as you can see. And the way that you do this is you only do the small portion of the center. So I'll show you. There you go. Just enough to make it seem like there's a reflection in there. To see it's already starting to kind of turn into the one on the right. Yes, that's a big problem that a lot of people have, is that you push too hard. Be a little lighter touch. And then this is just a very light gray. And I think you can probably guess what I'm going to do next. Is I'm just going to do an even smaller area in the middle of what I just painted. And it's going to turn it into metal magically. See? This is called volumetric highlighting. And what that is you're doing a smaller and smaller area of the object, whatever it is, to emphasize a single point. So that's the same thing as what we do up here. And for things like this little cross and the gun, this is the exact same principles, because that's also in that same style. It's 3 colors, but it's the pretending that you're drawing light that allows it to do this. But anyway, I actually think that we're going to call it for today. I typically paint for, I typically stream for like an hour to an hour and a half, 3 times a week. And the next scheduled one is this Friday. And I'll be finishing, we're going to finish this guy this Friday. He'll be done. And then we're going to move on to the next model. I don't know what that'll be yet. I have a few options, but yeah, that's kind of our shtick here. I hope you enjoyed it. But if there's ever anything, no, you're fine. Don't worry. We're not like on any kind of schedule or anything like that. If there's ever anything that you want to see specifically, send me a message. The best place to reach me is either Discord or Twitter. I have a... Gotta sleep soon. Whew. Sorry, my guy. Magic night with the boys. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining my Discord. Also, You probably saw her in the chat. Yoichi is an illustrator. Follow her on Twitch. She's great. And on Twitter too. But if you want to find me on Twitter, it's also Golem40k. I post stuff about painting, and that's probably where I communicate the most often. Not because I don't like Discord. I do like Discord, but I don't check it as often as my Twitter actually. But if you want to submit a question or submit like what you want to see next, do it on Discord or on Twitter. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. And thanks for subscribing. As always, have fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.